Ну вот, наконец-то я опять снимаю. Вчера был сложный день для меня, у меня обгорели очень сильно ноги, и я еле-еле ходила, поэтому было не до съемок. Но сегодня гораздо лучше. Где ты там прячешься? Вот, и сегодня мы собираемся снова в новые места на Гавайях. Буду все показывать, надеюсь.
Алоха! Аня,
Алоха,
на меня.
алоха.
Куда на меня?
Едем на Kualua раньше.
То, что мы, короче, брали в этом...
Обалденно.
Как у тебя?
Ну,
Направо,
назад повернем.
либо прямо.
Назад можем ехать.
Короче, когда детям по 18 исполнится, уже по минимуму не получится, блядь.
Да, потому что они уже будут girlfriend.
Тогда автобус
Вот море.
Стив.
Смотри.
Это плохо.
Да, кого-то откачивают.
А как это отель называется?
Ага. Могу, бери. Забирай панамку. Забирай.
Я already did.
Так, ну что, куда идем? Мы идем на автобус, едем куда?
Едем по местам фильмов, которые снимались здесь на Гавайях.
Куда-то едем.
В общем, по местам разных... Это не наш уезжает?
Нет. По знаменитым местам фильмов, которые снимались на Гавайях.
Вау.
Я думала, в
Аня, ты сделала сторис за эти звезды?
Да.
Так, сейчас сделай каждому по одному маленькому видео.
I love this place.
Я знаю вот эти. Я знаю ее, я знаю его, и я знаю его.
Я тут всех...
Ну, бедненькие, там солнце.
Иди трогайся.
А вон велик.
трогать или нет? Хорошая лошадка. Жарко им.
Будешь снимать?
Угу. Ты здесь будешь? Сейчас. Что такое?
Смотри, у нее на губе куча мух. Кого-то есть?
We're still waiting for one party. They haven't checked yet, but we'll give a few minutes, okay?
Руслан и Тимур, посмотрите сюда. Тимур,
Сейчас, секундочку.
Are you gonna switch? Just
Ну какой это на знак показать?
давай знак показывай. Во. Круто.
На вас показал. Так, ну что, все готовы?
Да,
Рус-
Лёш,
Руслан готов?
я это чуть-чуть.
А ты, мистер
бегут.
Соник?
Мистер Соник.
your guide here this afternoon. Oh,
Им надо было пару сидений назад сделать.
Is this the jungle experience tour?
no, it is not. Jungle's up the up the hill. Gate that we're gonna go to. Okay, so there is a couple of rafters, one on each side. It does say danger, high voltage, do not touch the fence or the gate. And here we go. First little bit of Hollywood that you're gonna see, right through here. The Jurassic World gate. There we go. I'm going to take everybody back for a few minutes to December 7th, 1941, the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Now, when that happened, the military came in, they set up martial law. When they set up martial law, they took over 30% of the ranch, setting up 15 bunkers on Kualua.
Да, входим.
This is the way it looked out there on that circle. Okay, if you look behind you, you can see the blueprint of the bunker. It is in a U shape. This is where we are, of course. Gun number 1 was out there on that circle. Gun number 2 was at the exit. Okay, we're still in Kualua here. When we get about halfway through the bunker, it's going to change to the biggest. Kualua is a land division, so it's the biggest land division, 2,200 acres, Ka'awa. So we enter Kualua, we exit Ka'awa. All right, you're going to see our artist painted a picture of the aircraft that they were flying back in the 40s, and then you can see the destruction that was going on during the war. Now we're going to stop right here, take a look. I want to make sure I got everybody. Now, back in 2018, so only 7 years ago, there was a missile strike alert that we were going to get hit by a missile. Everybody took cover. Everybody got pretty scared. It came across people's cell phones, the radio, television, that we were going to get hit by a missile. There was about 300 guests on property that day. They brought all 300 people up here in this bunker. They shut the door. They shut the exit door, and they were in here for about 3 hours. Okay, it was a false alarm, but can you imagine having them doors close in on you and say, hey, there's a missile strike alert? Kind of scary. There's enough emergency provisions in that room for 200 people for 2 weeks. So you can see the menu is on the list of what's in our provisions room, so we can actually survive it. But kind of scary. It was a false alarm, but the guy who blew the whistle on that, I don't think he's got a job anymore, right? Probably not, but come on in, you guys, you can see. So what they were back in the 40s, what's here right now is the canteen, the cups, even their field pack, the belts, everything that they wore Some of this stuff is still the same here today, you know, with the military. But look at the Coca-Cola bottle. Not much change, not even the size of the bottle, 44, 45, 47. Yep, not a whole lot changed, right? That your field, what the runway was made out of, wasn't that? All right, you guys, have a little fun. All the different movies, commercials, music videos that were have been filmed here. If you guys are a fan of Hawaii Five-O, episode 612, October 2015, they used this side bumper right over here for that episode. And then the 3 local shows that are on the air, you were Magnum PI, Hawaii Five-O, and NCIS. Now these guys used to be out here on a real regular basis, right? So I was pretty bummed when they took those off the air. But you know, all I can watch is the reruns now, right? Now, have any of you guys seen the
Я вообще почти ни одного фильма не видела.
Ну, пошли. Вот слева.
Смотрите, что они
Это солдаты.
you guys get this way, you guys are gonna see the scale model of the body right here. This is from
Все, когда начинаем?
Я видел этот фильм.
Вот нюх.
Который скинули на Хиросиму.
Все здесь сел.
А что, Годзилла с Сан-Франциско добралась до сюда, до Гавайев?
Джуманджи тоже снимался?
Yeah, actually, they brought the stratosphere, but down here, you know, it goes up to the valley, we don't go up quite high enough, but I'm considering down here. They brought it down here just to have some place to put it. Right, how about outside?
О, комедия это, да? Да мы вот это вон. Как не помнишь? Когда этих двух девчонок они взяли с собой там стрип. А мост?
Jurassic Park.
1998. It's good.
Get in, you wanna get in the back? You get in the back, I mean, if you do get in the back, watch your head, okay? Here. And you can leave the door open, okay? Alright, yep.
One of the only kids that knows how to try to watch.
Yeah, you can see that. The boys have come in before. Sit over here so I can see you. Watch your head though, watch your head. Okay. Alright,
Вот это да, впечатление понравилось. О, так.
All right, everybody got your seatbelts back on? Ambulance, just stay on the mountainside, don't cross the road yet. When we access, then you guys can cross the road and get some pictures of the ocean, okay?
Обалдеть.
You guys on the right can get some photos. I'll go around to the right. You guys on the left can get some photos too. The mountain in the middle, 2,265 feet high. It was used in Jurassic World as the smoking volcano. And I think most of you guys got a picture in the Pinscour Jeep. It is the Jeep that ran through Jurassic Valley. With a Gillimimus is running right alongside of it.
Максим и Стивен, посмотрите. Стивен.
Там будем выходить?
All right, you guys, the backside of Kualua mountain range on the left-hand side is where they CGI'd in the monorail, 200 feet up. Always like to stop at the Moai statue here. It was used in fruit. Looks, they call it breadfruit because if you bake that fruit, it smells like bread, tastes like a potato. So anything you can do to a potato, you can do to breadfruit. Bake it, steam it, mash it, cut it up real thin, make ulu chips out of it. Also, if you guys take a look, you can see some of the breadfruit. If you look, there's a smell of a lot of the flies as well. So this is our piggery right in here. Now the shed that covers them is from the Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. This isn't where it was filmed, but we took it apart, put a roof over our piggery. Also on another building down in Hakapulu. So I'll show you where that transportation shed was. And here's our turkeys over here on the left. Where's Tom at? He talked to me all 3 tours today, but I don't see him. Oh, is that him way in the back? It is him way in the back. Hey Tom, what's up there, buddy? Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. No, he's drinking water back there, eating. But he's talked to me all 3 of my tours. So you guys are my 4th tour today. He says, yeah, I know you. You'll have to check with you tomorrow, right? But that's our turkeys. Then over on the left here, you guys, anybody know what kind of trees these are? It's got a pod hanging out of them. You guys can see them. They're light green in color. Look at this row here, the 3rd tree back. Some of them are green, and look at those yellow ones. Anybody know what kind of pod that is? The lace smells so good. Yeah. And then the shade house, the cactus-looking fruit is all dragon fruit. You can see a lot of them up in front of the truck on those T-bars. And then over on the left is noni, Indian mulberry. You can see it's kind of a warded-looking plant. It was used as an antiseptic, mostly to treat head lice, but you can also ferment noni. This one weighs about 5,000 pounds. The ones on Easter Island are about 4 times that size, so you can imagine how many men or people that they had to have to move those Moai statues on Easter Island. That's a good National Geographic documentary if you're interested in those kinds of things. So the 3 Jurassic movies, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Jurassic Park's the first movie that really did away with claymation. They used to use clay figures to move their characters through different scenes, and then they came out with CGI, computer-generated imaging, and it really opened up the world to
Надо было
Kualua
краситься с тобой по разным рядам.
after an iconic scene that he shot over here. The only scene that was shot for Jurassic Park. When Dr. Grant and the Hammond grandchildren were up on a hill, that hill's over here on the right-hand side, they realized the Gillimimuses were going to gallop. They took off running down the hill. They hid under the log over here. Now this log is 32 years old, so of course it's deteriorated over the years. Lost placard you see up there with that red flag. And then if you went into the lost room, there was a submarine in there. It looks to the left, you can see the hollow tree. And in it, you can see a fruit that kind of looks like a pineapple here to the left. Doesn't taste anything like a pineapple. Now, I tried it about 3 years ago. And it's that pod itself, when it's orange and waxy, would be the state that they would eat that fruit. But nobody wanted to eat it because of the way it tasted. And it tastes pretty soapy. I tasted it. It tastes pretty soapy, but you guys don't want to know how I know how soap tastes, right? But I do want to let you know that they let that fruit get super, super dry, that there would be a real soft bristle in it. And they used to use it to brush their teeth and also as a paintbrush. So Mama here had 2 little calves. So they haven't hardly moved all day. So this white one stood for the first time here on my last tour. So yeah, they haven't been. I think they were just born today, actually, or maybe last night. So you got to see how she's got them way up here high, so nobody can get to them. They're really trying to touch any of them because they'll probably come pretty close to the cattle. But the light green leaf tree that you see on both sides of the truck is our state tree. It's the kukui tree, and in the tree grows kukui nuts. Now you guys can take a look right over here to the left. You can see some of the kukui nuts. See, they're light green in color. Now the kukui nuts, super, super oily. You never want to eat too many kukui because they used to use them as a laxative. So we say around here, you eat too many kukui, you will go poo-pooey. Yeah, that's right. Then they also call this tree candlenut because you can group a bunch of the nuts together, light them on fire. They would burn us up on several layers of lava rock. Okay, so we get over this cattle garden. You guys look to the right. You can see where that grassy area, or the dirt area is up there on the hillside. That's a big footprint, maybe from Skull Island, and then the village. You can see the A-frame setting up on a couple of levels of lava rock, and then look at the bigger house setting up on several layers of lava rock. So this is the way it was back then. The higher the rock, the higher the leafage or chiefs. So the people that lived in this village was pretty high up on the hierarchy of things because of the amount of lava rock that was used. So it was probably his living quarters because of the size of it. Maybe the next one was his kitchen. And then maybe the last one was where he told the story. But I want to make sure we stay off the bones. Do not sit, stand, lean on, pick up, or throw any of the bones. Okay? The only place where you guys can sit back where the gorilla is, way in the back, and then also if you want a picture with my dinosaur's name is Frank, okay? I'll meet you over by Long where that Jurassic Valley sign is. I can make a pretty good photo for you over there. Everybody put your seat. bought some mules from some villagers. You guys take a look at the picture right over here on the left-hand side. You can see the mules that they walked along this cliff. Now, in the movie, after they robbed millions of dollars, they had their money underneath the helicopter. The money bags were so heavy.